Many years ago, I read an article by a woman who had a late-term abortion. The child she was carrying had multiple severe birth defects, and it would not long survive after birth. The woman was a nurse and understood this well. Now, this was a wanted child. The woman and her husband wanted no heroics done after the child was born. They simply wanted the child cleaned up, wrapped up in a blanket, and placed in their arms until it passed. Unfortunately, the hospital couldn't comply with their request. You see, because of the Baby Doe Law, the hospital was obligated to use all heroic efforts to keep the child alive. I'm going to quote this from Wikipedia, and I'll leave the link below to the article about the Baby Doe Law. In 1983, involving a baby Jane Doe, again brought the issue of withholding treatment for newborns with disabilities to public attention. Baby Jane Doe was born on October 11, 1983 in New York with an open spinal column, hydrocephaly, and microcephaly. Surgical closure of the defect and reduction of fluid from her brain would prolong her life, but she would be bedridden, paralyzed, epileptic, and with severe brain damage. Now, I'd like to add here, if she survived. I remember this case, and the child's survival was not guaranteed. As a matter of fact, it was highly unlikely. Back to Wikipedia. Faced with an agonizing decision, the parents consulted specialists, clergy, and social workers. They decided to treat the newborn with antibiotics and bandages rather than surgery to repair the defect. That's the end of my quote. Now, what happened is an outside attorney, a right-to-life type, brought suit to ensure the child was treated. And the end of the result of this, after a lot of stuff, was this Baby Doe Law. And as I said, it'll be in the link. Now, as I mentioned, this woman was a nurse. She was, if I recall correctly, a neonatal nurse. This was a long time ago, and I haven't been able to find the article, but I'll keep searching. She was quite familiar with the measures that would have to be taken to keep the child alive, and she considered them equivalent to torture. Why put a child through days or weeks of agony only to have it die in the end? Neither she nor her husband wanted that. They wanted their child to die, peacefully, naturally, in his parents' arms. Now, they tried other hospitals to no avail. No one would chance being sued. By outside forces, mind you, not the family of the child, but strangers who thought they knew better. The same sort of people who think the rights of parents are uppermost, except when they clash with the strangers' religious beliefs. Reluctantly, this couple decided that the most humane choice was a late-term abortion. That was legal. Preventing their child from unknown agony wasn't. So they did it. They didn't want to, they didn't like it, but they did it. Now, as long as this law remains on the books, as long as others feel the need to interfere in a family's agonizing personal decisions, we need to keep late-term abortion legal. I don't like it. I would love it if there were never late-term abortions. But it just isn't that simple.